Hey Nation, another news roundup here on the channel with more Washington Commanders updates. This is Charles speaking with you. Welcome everyone. Let's get into another Commanders news roundup. Always quick, objective, and very up-to-date about the team. If you're new, subscribe, daily videos so you don't miss anything, and strengthen us with a like. Leave a like so I can keep posting information on the channel. First fans, this is one of the hottest topics in recent days. The 49ers wide receiver might be available for trade, and Commanders general manager Adam Peters knows the player very well. Peters was in San Francisco's front office when Samuel was selected in the second round of the 2019 draft and saw his rise in the NFL up close. In 2021, Samuel had an absurd season, being one of the league's most explosive players. Besides shining as a receiver, he became a fundamental piece in the Niners' ground game, accumulating over 1,700 scrimmage yards and 14 touchdowns. For all this, he was chosen All-Pro that season. In the last 3 seasons, Deebo continued to be a key piece in the 49ers offense, helping the team go far in the playoffs. With a young quarterback like Jayden Daniels, adding a dynamic and versatile receiver could make all the difference. Imagine an offense with Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and Deebo Samuel. That would be an incredibly strong trio. Despite being a talented player, Samuel's production dropped significantly last season. In 2024, he had his lowest career reception success rate, below 40%. His number of receptions was also the lowest since 2020, and his average yards per rush plummeted from 6.3 to 3.4. Plus, there's another problem: injuries. Samuel has a physical style of play, takes a lot of contact, and has missed games in practically every season he's played. This wear and tear might be taking a toll on his performance. And there's more. Trading for Deebo Samuel wouldn't come cheap. The 49ers would probably ask for a high draft pick, plus a contract adjustment for the player. With so much talent in the next draft, is it worth giving up a high pick to bring in a player who might already be declining? If the trade cost is low and doesn't compromise the franchise's future, it could be a good bet. But if the 49ers ask for too much, Adam Peters should think twice before investing in a player who might not perform like before. So Commanders, is Deebo Samuel worth the investment or not? Comment right down below. Let's continue with the news roundup. One of the major reasons for the Washington Commanders' success in 2024 was the arrival of veterans who helped not only in building Dan Quinn's culture, but also in elevating the team's level on the field. And one of those names was Jeremy Chinn, who had one of the best years of his career last season. He recorded 117 total tackles, 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries, and a personal record of 7 tackles for loss. The Commanders signed him to a 1-year contract, which means he'll be a free agent in March unless a new deal is reached. The team has until March 12th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to secure the renewal before he hits the market. If the Commanders can't resolve this before the deadline, competition promises to be fierce. According to Ben Solak from ESPN, the Baltimore Ravens are eyeing the defender and might make an aggressive move to sign him. Losing Chinn would be a tough blow for the Commanders' defense, especially the secondary. He's a versatile, physical player who can play different positions within Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr.'s scheme. Although there are some backup options on the team, none have the impact that Chinn brings to the field. His aggressive playing style and ability to cause turnovers are fundamental pieces of the team's defensive identity. The good news is that money isn't a problem for Washington. The Commanders have $68.8 million in salary cap space, giving the team complete freedom to make moves without getting into bidding wars. And finally, to close today's updates, folks, if there's one thing that should scare the current champion Philadelphia Eagles and the rest of the NFC heading into the 2025 season, it's Rookie of the Year Jayden Daniels taking the Commanders' reins again, with a year of experience under his belt. If there's something even scarier, it's that the Commanders will enter free agency next month with a considerable war chest of about $70 million in cap space to use, and with a reputation as a rising team. Money and opportunity will be there, making the Commanders a strong option for veterans seeking new homes. They can also be a useful trading partner for teams because the Commanders can absorb considerable salaries in their cap space. This is especially important for several players, including 49ers star receiver Deebo Samuel, who could be a perfect fit with Daniels and the Commanders. Washington saw Daniels and wide receiver Terry McLaurin blossom into a star duo, but adding a versatile inside threat like Samuel could help the offense tremendously. Samuel had a down year with the 49ers, and with the team needing to cut payroll, he's been a trade candidate. It was reported over the weekend that Samuel, who's entering the final year of a $72 million contract, has been given permission to seek a trade. On Tuesday, ESPN speculated that the Commanders could be the team that would make the most sense for Samuel. Writer Nick Wagner wrote, "Any team acquiring Samuel would be better served using him as a chess piece all over the field rather than a traditional outside receiver." The Washington Commanders come to mind as a viable option. Offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury could utilize him as a complement to Terry McLaurin. While McLaurin had 82 receptions for 1,096 yards this season, Olamide Zaccoz was the Commanders' second-best wideout, with 45 receptions and 506 yards. Samuel struggled with injuries and totaled just 670 yards on 51 receptions last season. He also had 136 yards on 42 rushes. Alright folks, like the video? Leave your like, subscribe to the channel. It's very important we stay together. Thank you for everything, and let's go Commanders!